Hey, I'm W Photo here, answering the question nobody asked. What's the progression of FaceTime cameras been like since the iPhone 4 all the way up to the current iPhone 16 Pro? Let's check it out. This is the first FaceTime camera or front-facing camera on the iPhone. It was a 480p or VGA camera and wasn't the first front-facing camera on a mobile phone. Android already beat it and already had better quality cameras. But this was the first with an iPhone and was also the introduction of FaceTime, something that many of us use every day. Next up, I had the test, the iPhone 5S. All right, skipping a couple generations, but basically the same camera as iPhone 5. This is the iPhone 5S. 720p front-facing video camera as far as video quality is concerned, which is the same video quality that the back camera on the iPhone 4 was capable of taking. Next up, iPhone 6. All right, here we are with the iPhone 6. 720p video camera, just like the front facing on the iPhone 5S, but it does have a wider f2.2 aperture, which means a little bit better low light, and I have to say I think the optics are a little bit better on this camera. Next up, iPhone 7. All right, here we are with the iPhone 7, the first time front facing camera featuring 1080p video and retaining the f2.2 aperture for pretty good low light. Overall, the video quality on this phone has always been great, front or rear camera, but the FaceTime camera came into its own with finally full HD. So there you go. Next up, iPhone 10. All right, here we are with the iPhone 10. Didn't skip a generation because the iPhone 8 and the 10 came out the same year right after the iPhone 7. Front-facing 1080p video camera again, f2.2 aperture again. This time it does have the advantage of the Face ID sensors, so it's able to sense depth and such like that, so you can do portrait mode if you're doing photos and such like that. So kind of a cool advancement in that sense, but still no autofocus on the front-facing camera. Next up, the iPhone XS, in this case, a Max. All right, here we are with the iPhone XS, this case a Max. This is the first iPhone with stereo sound recording on video, as well as having a front-facing camera capable of 60 frames per second. Still 1080p, but another trump card this phone has is the ability to record with two cameras at the same time with third-party software. Just a true testament to the Apple Silicon and the power that these phones had. With the third-party software, you can record 1080p video on two cameras simultaneously and put them together in post-edit or whatever you wanted to do. Next up, iPhone 13 Pro, skipping a few generations yet again. All right, next up is the iPhone 13 Pro, technically the third phone to have 4K 60 frame per second front-facing video, but this is the first iPhone to feature ProRes video quality. Not sure why you need it for your front-facing camera, but it is available. Last up, iPhone 16 Pro. Wow, we've come a long way since the iPhone 4 and the paltry 480p front-facing camera. Granted, that was great for its day with 3G networks, but here and now, we have, since the iPhone 14 Pro, optical image stabilization as well as autofocus. And with the 16 Pro and the better stereo microphones, you can actually be on a run, in a crowd, in a conference call, and nobody is going to want to vomit on the other end, and they'll understand you perfectly. Not saying that you should be running away from villains like if you were in Slow Horses, but if you are, use the 16 Pro and people will be able to follow along. Anyway, hope you liked this video and take care.